Hello, and wherever you are, today I would like to share with you this pattern. This is Tunisian crochet pattern, and if you would like to learn this, please grab your hook and your wool. I'm using a 2.5 millimeter, actually no, it's a 3 millimeter hook. You can use whatever you have, and I'll be using DK. This pattern is in yellow here, but the pattern I'm going to share with you from scratch will be in a different color. And I think today is my wool. I think I'll get baby blue. And it's only an off-cut bit, and you need to do 20 chains. So I'll start with you to share that by starting with 20 chains. So let's get going. Now, if you've not watched any of my videos, the way I start a chain is just to put your hook on your wool like that and twist it like so. That way you start making like a loop there, but you fasten that by yarning over and hooking out of there to make a knot. Now this is where you do the chains, and chains you normally just yarn over like that and do that, and you keep going like that. So I'll come back when I've done 18 more. Now when you get to 20, you need to add one more chain to give yourself height for your project. Then you turn over the chain to the underneath where there's one loop, and I'll start not in the first loop but in the second loop to do a Tunisian crochet. Those of you who are familiar with Tunisian crochet, you'll notice we just put it in the loop like so and hook. Then we keep going until we get to the end. Then we do something else different. So if you're beginners, this is your chance to carry on the chain with me just like this all the way to the end. And if you already know and you can crochet faster, then I'm sure you'll be right on the end. So I'll come back when I get to the end. So now I'm at the end. I'll make sure to check my hoops and make sure they are 20. So they are 20. You must count them, and then you just hook out on the first loop like so, and then you yarn over, but you do 2 loops and 2 loops and 2 loops. Keep going like that to the end. Now you've reached to the end. You'll notice that you've created those gaps with little loops going up, and it looks as though it's a backward chain in the background there inside the loops. Ignore those. What we will do now is do a full crochet, Tunisian crochet. This is called a full Tunisian crochet by going into the second loop, not this loop and not this one, because this one is represented by our loop here. So we need to miss this one and go into that one. Then from underneath you hook out like so. Then you go back to the one you missed previously and you yarn over and hook out. It creates a twist there. Now we need to do in the next one. After missing this one, then we go to the back to the one we missed. So every time you're doing this, you have to go to the front one, not this one, but the one after that. Then you go back. So you're crossing your stitches. So you're going front and cross it by going to the one you missed. And I'll do that all the way to the end, and we'll do together. When I get to the end, I'll show you what I do next. So take your time. You can even pause the video if it's going too fast for you in order to catch up. So see you at the end. So at the end you can see we are remaining with one loop. This loop, because it's on the end, I tend to take it with the next one at the back of it, so it looks like that. That way it will give you a nice edge. So always do 2 loops on the end. Then you go back like we did previously below, 1 loop out, then 2 loops from now onwards, all the way to the end. Now I've got to the end. You can see before we cross this one and the first one, this row, we will have to take that one separate, like so. So you go 2 on the loop, then you start the crossing. Then we will go not in this one, but this one. All right, so we do that first, and then we go and do that one next. And it's forming that little pattern. And here, and your guideline every time as you go up is this row that we done previously and the one we're doing. So if you remember that, you can't go wrong. Or you look at where the gaps are, because everywhere where you got the gaps, there is a slant and a straight. So you need to take the slant first, loop, then you go back on that to do your cross. So I'll do this all the way to the end, and I will meet you when we get to the end so we can do the right thing to come back. Now on this row at the end, we are still remaining with this one and that one. Now this is the last one that we normally do 2 loops, and because this is a crossing stitch that we do, cross stitch of the Tunisian crochet, we will do that one first, but make sure you do 2 loops. So like that, then we go back to the loop we missed and we finish off like that. So that way your pattern is continuous, it's not broken. Then we do the first loop on its own, then we do 2, then we will do 2 more and 2 more all the way to the end. Now we go to the end, we will do another row, and remember this is like repeating the first row we did here, not the one we just finished, the 2 we've just finished, but the 2 prior to that. So at this stage we will take not this loop but the next loop, and we will yarn out like so, and then we go back to that one. Then here we will do this one, and then we'll do that one. Now I'll do a few more, this one and the one next, then I can display and see, so you can see what we are creating. And if you're doing this with me, you will be able to see actually the results of your pattern. So here's the pattern that we are creating. I think it's beautiful and I hope you like it. And if you want to see more of these patterns, you can subscribe to my channel, and then that way you get notified of the new videos and any more new patterns that I will share on my channel. I really appreciate that you have joined me. Thank you very much everyone that's joined me today, and I look forward to you coming on my channel and seeing more of these patterns. So you can see I've done 2 loops at the end. Now I'll carry on to do 2 and 2 all the way to the end. So if you know someone who might like this pattern and they like crocheting, why not share? I feel like crochet actually is quite therapeutical, and I do it, and it makes you create your own things as well. And there isn't the best out there than handmade items. And if you can create them yourself, you save money too. So that's the pattern. Look at that. So I'll do a few more rows and I'll come and share with you the beautiful work at the end. So I'll do now one more with you. Now I've extended, and we will do this row like that. Then we do a cross here with this one, across that with this one, across with this one, and across there, all the way to the end. Nearly at the end, nearly at the end, and at the end, because it's a cross, we start from here. We'll do this one. There's a double loop, 2 loops there. Then we come back to this one, and we finish off like so. Now you can see our pattern is all gorgeous. So I hope you've enjoyed that. You can carry on, or you can leave this as a square and make many more squares and make a very lovely blanket. At the back, I did not reveal, this is what it looks like at the back and front. See you soon.